I lost my best friend during our medical internship. Now half the interns hate me. I, 24F, am currently finishing my medical internship, which is basically a year-long gauntlet of sleep deprivation and high-stakes responsibility. My best friend, Sarah, was assigned as my partner for our rotation. In a hospital setting, your partner is your lifeline. You split the patient load, double-check orders, and keep each other sane. Or at least, that's how it's supposed to work. The pattern started subtly about a month ago. Every time we were scheduled for a high-intensity duty day with shared responsibilities, Sarah would vanish. I'd get a text at 6 a.m. saying she had a massive migraine, or terrible cramps, or a sudden stomach bug. At first, I was the supportive friend, telling her to rest while I covered her half of the ward. But I eventually realized she was never sick on the days we had light rounds or separate tasks. She only ever caught a bug when the workload was heavy, and she knew I'd be there to pick up the slack. The breaking point happened. The hospital was in total chaos due to a massive influx of patients, the ER was overflowing, and our ward was at 110% capacity. I was drowning. I waited for her to show up, but like clockwork, I got the "I'm not feeling well" text. I spent 8 hours running between beds, skipping lunch, and not even having time to drink water. I was terrified I was going to make a clinical error because I was doing the work of 2 people. Finally, I went to the head of department, HOD, office. I didn't go there to report her. I went there because I was at a breaking point and needed help. I told him the patient load was too high for one person and asked if any other intern was free to be reassigned to help me. He immediately asked where my partner was, and I told him she had called in sick. His face dropped. He looked at his logs and noted that she had been absent the previous week on our duty day as well. He told me there were no free interns and I'd have to manage, but I could tell he was fuming. Sarah showed up the next day acting perfectly fine until the HOD called her into his office. Apparently, he confronted her about her consecutive absences on duty days, and she had no medical certificates or solid reasons to give him. She walked out of that office like a heat-seeking missile. Someone, likely a nurse who overheard my conversation with the HOD, had told her I complained about her. She didn't even wait for us to be in private. Right there in the hallway, in front of patients, nurses, and senior doctors, she started screaming at me. She called me a backstabber and a snitch, hurling insults and claiming I was trying to sabotage her career because I was jealous. I just stood there in total silence. I didn't yell back, I just looked at her and realized that while I was worried about her sickness, she didn't care at all that she was leaving me to drown. The drama didn't end with the screaming match, though. Sarah immediately went on a smear campaign, spreading lies to every intern in our batch. She twisted the story, telling everyone I was a cold, heartless friend who didn't believe she was genuinely ill and that I had gone to the HOD specifically to get her sanctioned. The hospital quickly became divided. Those who had actually worked with me and seen me sweating through double shifts stayed on my side, knowing exactly why I'd asked for help. However, the interns who already disliked me, the ones who were looking for any reason to knock me down, used her lies as fuel. To them, I was the villain who chose career over friendship. Honestly, keep hating, you haters. I was too busy saving lives to care about the opinions of people who thrive on gossip. The rest of the internship was spent in unbearable awkwardness. Since we were in the same batch, we were constantly forced into the same rooms for seminars and handovers. We'd stand at opposite ends of the ward, the air thick with tension, while the mutual friends we used to share shuffled their feet uncomfortably. We went from being inseparable to being total strangers who happened to share a stethoscope brand. It's a bitter way to end a friendship. But if the price of being a good doctor is losing a friend who wouldn't pull their weight, it's a price I'm willing to pay.